No need to ask, he's a smooth
Welcome back, Smooth and Crypto. I'm your host, Maxwell Smooth. Today we got Sal and Lee from the Ascendant Team. How are you guys doing today?
What up, man? I'm all right. How you doing?
Doing great. What about you, Lee? Oh, he's muted. Yeah, so basically just wanted to have you guys on, right? Not only get you back on stream, but also pick your brain a little bit about Ascendant, see where you guys are feeling about that, where we're at in the Titanx market, omni-chain. There's a lot to talk about. And I'm excited to have you guys back on. Lee couldn't make it last time, so I'm happy that we got him back on this time. And Sal, of course, it's always nice to have you back.
Absolutely. I can't wait to just listen to Lee talk. He sounds so elegant and everything like that with the way he explains everything. And I'm sure he'll talk about some of his insight into the rest of the Titanx ecosystem as well. So should be good.
Hey, hi everyone. Yeah, you hyped me up too much, really. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to speaking about Ascendant and Flare and Titanx, and yeah, should be good. Yeah, glad to be on.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, how do you guys, feel? It's been a few weeks, almost 3 weeks since Ascendant launched. How do you guys feel about the launch? How do you feel after the mint phase? What's your overall thoughts?
I think it went really well. We've had two 8-day cycle payouts so far, and yeah, they've users have been able to claim over $1,000 worth of Dragon X and stuff. So it's working better than I was expecting to, really. It's all it's all chugging along. The buy and burn is being replenished. So that's kind of the metric that I keep an eye on, making sure that there's enough Titanx that comes into the protocol and be able to sustain it. I'm really happy with it. This is our first project, so I'm happy with how it's going so far.
Definitely, and I agree. I think even considering where the Titanx ecosystem has been, with kind of getting hit, just like the rest of the market, we've had a considerable amount of participation, even during this time. I think it's over 500 billion Titanx, over 100 users. So it's looking pretty good. I think we've been able to burn roughly, I know the Titanx balance, it kind of bounces back and forth, but roughly around 50,000 Tink that's been burned up to this point, which was one of our main mechanics features for Ascendant, to be able to contribute to farms and everything like that. So yeah, good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, overall, I think in this market, if you get in this Titanx market and where we're at kind of in the life of it, I think a 500 billion, first few weeks is really, really solid in my opinion. And I mean, we got to think about this. We're still talking billions of Titanx, right? When scarcity hits crazy amounts of all-time highs, like in the future, this is a lot. And, with any amount of price movements / building, you never know what could happen in the future. And I think 500 billion, especially in the first 17 days, I think that's a pretty solid start.
Yeah, 500 billion deposited into the protocol.
And we've actually had a lot of participation when it comes to...
Oh, has he gone? Sal, are you still there?
Hello?
Yeah, you're back.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's going in and out a little bit driving.
Yeah, he's probably going through a tunnel or something.
Yeah, he probably couldn't hear you, so you can just finish your thought.
Yeah, I was just 500 billion totally deposited so far into the protocol. It's only day 17, I think now. So I'm really pleased with it. It'd be really cool if we got the 1 trillion. But yeah, we only got 132 users, holders at the moment. So it's really small. If we launched it when you were planning to launch yours, Smooth, I think we'd get more participation and everything. I mean, the protocol kind of scales with adoption. So yeah, I mean, the buy and burn, the payouts, everything would be a lot larger. But we wanted to get the protocol out as soon, like pretty quickly. The full supply is out now. So yeah, it's being sustained by the Ascendant Pride and the buy and burn. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
And one thing you could also think about as well is in the future, since you released, and like you said, it could be maybe a little bit more advantageous to release at a certain point rather than when you did. Obviously, hindsight's always 2020, but you have the ability to still catch price movements. And the LP, if one side rips, right, the other side rips with it. And this is one of those projects, in my opinion, right? If Dragon X goes, Ascendant's going to go right with it. And at the end of the day, this is just really the start of it. You have auctions going every day, so that's still promoting a lot of Titan X, right? Like today, we still have 15 hours left, and you guys have 2.3 billion Titan X in there, which at current prices, it's not crazy, but it's still numerical number wise, that's a lot of Titan X.
Yeah, that's today's prices as well. Yeah.
Yep.
As soon as the supply squeeze happens with Titan X, then all of this would be, how many X is higher. So yeah, I think we've launched at the right time, and like you said, we're bonded with Dragon X, and at the perfect level, I think. So yeah, we're happy with how it's going at the moment. You got anything else to add, Sal? Or?
Can you guys hear me all right now?
Yeah,
Yep.
we can hear you.
Cool. Yeah, I just hit a rough patch, but no, I agree with everything you guys are saying. I think that's part of the power with Ascendant is not only being paired with Dragon X, but also being paired with Dragon X at this moment, because you lock in that value. So no, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, when you're locking in a LP at a certain level, right? It's almost you don't want to release it in a less price appreciated asset, but when you do that, you really lock in a great ground that it could be at, and then if it goes up any amount, it just you really see it. And we saw that with Baby Dragon X, right? Like Dragon X ripped and it just carried it with it.
Yep. Yeah. Baby Dragon X did really well, and I don't think anyone was expecting that, but that is definitely the true power of LPing, with another good product. So
100%. Yeah, so I'm excited to see kind of how this goes, and it's 17 days old, right? At the end of the day, these are some assets take years and years to mature to what they should be, what they will be, right? What they want to be, and it takes a lot of time, and the market's going to do what it will with it during those times. So a lot of this stuff is still very, very young, and like I said, you guys got a ton of tokens. Whether at today's price we're happy with that value or not, it's still a ton of tokens. So it has a potential to have a lot of price appreciation if anything goes crazy.
Yep, 100%. Yep. And we've managed to burn 10% of our supply already. So that's pretty impressive, I think.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, for you guys having a cap token with a starting price of what, 201, it's 301. You guys obviously, when coins hit the market, stuff gets dumped, right? But it's really awesome to see 17 days later starting price is already up, what, 64% or whatever from starting. So I think that's a really successful bounce back. And especially during what Titan X is doing right now, I think that's really impressive.
Yeah, I think the main reason is because we're bonded with DragonX. The liquidity is quite low as well. So people have been able to, the auction ROI has been absolutely insane, especially during the first 10 days. I've noticed that recently, the last couple of days, you're still getting like 30-40% ROI every day. So that's like still, if you can compound that, I've seen people play it correctly. They put limit like their sell walls just above price, and then use the buy and burn to exit to not affect it too much, which is why you get that crazy volatility. But I think being bonded with DragonX and having low liquidity, it allows the buy and burn to, it allows the ROI in the auctions to still be high, people to get in a really good price, but then be able to sell and re-enter the auction like the next day, sort of thing. So, yeah, it's been interesting seeing what other people are doing, like just compounding every day, or buying and minting NFTs to get the DragonX rewards. And it's a really interesting protocol. I think, yeah, it's quite cool.
Yeah, I really think with the NFT side of things as well, it just creates a little bit more of a stickiness than if it was just, without them. So I think it's a really kind of nice in between of a, I mean, it's got perpetual auctions, hybrid NFTs, payouts.
It's got a bit of everything.
It's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's got its own native marketplace. It's like, what?
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty wild. And my Flare has 4 tabs up top. You guys have 8. Like it's got a lot of going on.
And it's like, it is a form of staking, really. It's you mint your NFTs, but they're not really locked. I mean, they're locked within the NFTs, and you can still trade the NFTs between like different wallets and stuff. So they're not. It's kind of a liquid form of staking, really. Whoever holds the NFTs get access to DragonX rewards.
Yeah, and you don't have to
unstake, I really like it.
Stake more, stake less, right? You just don't even worry. It's just your whole NFT bag is just getting payouts.
Yeah, that's all I've been doing. I've been just auctioning every day, minting a few more every now and again to the day before the 8th day. But yeah, that's how I've been playing it anyway.
That's awesome. Yeah. So how you been playing this over there?
I've just been holding, man. I mint and I hold. I don't really have time to. I wish I did to play a little bit more, but yeah, I'm just minting and holding. That's all.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I do 99% of the time. So
I think that's the way as well, because you don't get slippage and all that sort of stuff. There's risks with compounding every day and stuff. But yeah, if you just buy and hold, that's a good strategy as well.
Yeah. And you're holding an NFT with this, in my opinion, right? You probably have some liquid, but you also have an NFT, which is really cool. And you're constantly adding more DragonX coins as well. So
yeah, the last couple of days I've been adding to the LP as well. So I've been receiving fees every day. Yeah, I'm slowly adding to LP. I think that's one of the things people have kind of picked up on. But we kind of want the low liquidity, so it's easier for the buy and burn to like keep the high auction ROI. But yeah, I'll keep on adding to the LP and stuff, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, a little like low-ish liquidity can really, really skyrocket price when things get moving. So it's kind of touchy where you don't want too much, but you also don't want one big sell to like nuke the price. So it's tough. It's tough to balance that. Yeah. So I mean, Ascendant overall, I think it was a pretty successful release. It's still 17 days old. I mean, it's still super young, but the cool thing is these have perpetual auctions, so you can always re-engage with it. There could be an ROI there at any point in the future every day, which is really cool. At least you give it something to create some little spark of injection and keep the ball rolling, keep the flywheel rolling. Because if the auctions are good, everything else is great. So it's awesome.
Definitely. And another thing we'd like to bring up as well is if you've been paying attention in the Telegram, there is a white paper for another build that is ongoing right now that'll complement Ascendant pretty well. So check that out.
Get in the Telegram.
Get in the Telegram.
Yeah, everyone, please just get in the Telegram. We've actually got more members in the Telegram than holders at the moment. So
Yeah,
I don't know what that says.
I noticed that. Yeah, I noticed that. Maybe they're just waiting. Who knows?
It's actually pretty crazy if you think about it. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm actually in a Telegram that I don't have a little bit of. Like, I don't know. I just can't fathom people are like, no, I just want to be a part of the community. I don't actually.
I just want to see. Yeah, I want to see what's going on. But it's cool. It's cool. They'll see all, they'll see all the development, and it's not going to stop there. There's
absolutely, yeah. We're not going to.
There's a lot more.
We're going to keep on building on Ascendant, and we've got a few other projects on the way as well.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is everything else you're building is going to benefit Ascendant.
Yeah. So
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
You guys want to give any sneak peeks, any teasers to what that is, or you just want to leave it as get in the Telegram?
Yeah, if people are interested in what we're building, then definitely join the Telegram. And we've got a few sneak peeks of a few things that we're building. I mean, I don't know if we want to go into it really, Sal. But I think, the writing's on the wall really with what Jake is building, and I'm sure a lot of other builders are building as well. So, I think what we can do tokenomics-wise with Ascendant, I think it's quite, we'll see. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't want to peer pressure you into talking about the other project or anything.
It is the white paper. The white paper is available in the Telegram if you go in there, and it's a really cool project. So
the white paper is actually linked on the Ascendant white paper as well. So if people were interested, have a look there. And it's still being worked on. All the details are not finalized yet, so we're going to keep on adding to it and see where it goes. Really,
yeah. I mean, I have a project coming out, and I'm already designing other projects. It's ridiculous. So I definitely know what you guys are going through, and the only benefit is you actually have a project out. I need a release flare to be able to to want to think about something else.
When flare? When is flare?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. So I mean, audits went great. We're testing a little bit more now. Sooner rather than later, I think we're going to have just like a quick week run up, release the date and just go 5 days straight of marketing and streaming and stuff like that. So sooner rather than later, it's the testing's going really nicely. So I don't really want to release it until they're like, look, we didn't find anything, So.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Especially with Ouroboros coming out on Thursday. Thursday now. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really excited.
That should be good.
Yeah. I mean, how are you guys thinking about using Ouroboros, USDX? What do you guys think your plays are with that?
Well, I'm going to probably borrow against my Titan X and Dragon X, and then just kind of follow the price up. So keep the collateral ratio high, say, people go around 1,000, 800 or whatever percent collateral ratio, and just follow the price up. Keep on borrowing more to, and then support the backstop pool, and then get any discounted collateral liquidations, and then just keep on compounding that position probably. That's probably what I'm going to be doing. I might dabble in a few other protocols if they're on like an extreme discount, like Volt and Inferno and all that sort of stuff, just to get a bigger bag. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm going to play with it, I think.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
What about you, Sal?
Well, I'm a fan of the staking that's going to come out, so I'll probably just stick with that, to be honest. Not really a loan guy. So
Cash is king.
yeah.
Yeah, it can be dangerous. So
Yeah. I mean, I know, locking, the prices right now, like USDX is going to launch at a very opportune time for something like that. So, I might consider that, but I'm leaning more towards the staking ORX, I think.
Yeah, I like that you could really do anything, and it's a solid play with ORX, right? If you just want to hold the tokens,
yeah,
cool, right? If you want to stake, it's perfect, right? Like there's a ton of avenues that you can go with ORX, and I'm finally happy. I'm happy that it's finally coming out. I mean, it's been a very, very long time, and I know that Shadowy's been working crazy hard at it. So I think it's going to be really cool for people to take some loans out and kind of possibly ignite the ecosystem a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. And
absolutely.
yeah, and I think it's all gonna hit pretty hard, because if you think about the people who have been, taking out their profits, pretty much up, since what, October, November, something
Yep.
like that. They're probably gonna flood it. They're probably gonna come into, and this is just speculation on my part, just thinking about it from a like psychology perspective. Like if I can come back into the ecosystem, buy a ton of Titan X at a very good price, and Dragon X at a very good price, and not only that, take a loan off of it so I can go shopping. Like that's going to be pretty. I think that's going to be pretty powerful. I'm curious to see how much of that actually goes towards other protocols, like outside of the Titan X ecosystem. I think are we still waiting on the third pair? I know, or the third collateral, because I know Shadowy was talking about Titan X and Dragon X, that you can
I
use for
think he wants to
collateral.
add Ethereum.
Yeah.
Next, and then I saw in the chat he wanted to add a Vault shortly after. So I think the collaterals might be added quite quickly after it launches. I think
Doing Ethereum would be massive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I
think you can use the you can borrow against it and use the USDX for anything you like.
Mm-hmm.
You can withdraw it to an exchange and pay for expenses or whatever you want to do, really. It's going to be huge. Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it's not only bigger whales have a option to do instead of selling on the open market. You have developers, founders, right? Everybody, you could take profits. I know there's good ways to take profits on any chart, but you can take a loan against it and take profits and do whatever you want with it without actually selling anything. So it's just give as much of a, let the market dictate whatever it does,
Yeah. That's why it's going to be massive, because it's just going to lock tokens up. And why would you sell anything when you can borrow against it? So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's a great narrative. I think USDX is going to be absolutely so massive for the ecosystem and what it could bring. And I'm happy that this code has been audited like 10 times because it's freaking
Oh
wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 And not just that. Like one of the main auditors is I think is Pashav Audit, they're the same people who audited Uniswap.
Yeah.
You know
Wow.
what I mean? Like
Huge. Yeah.
yeah. So when you put that into perspective, like, you know, the quality of audit and really how much money probably went into auditing Orex, USDX, dude, it's like Shadowy isn't fucking playing around. You know what I
No.
mean?
Yeah.
And
The
so
audits like took place over like 3 or 4 months as well. So they've been looking at it extensively during that time, and
Wow.
I think he spent over like $150,000 just on audits.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a massive infrastructure, core infrastructure piece that Next needs. Yeah.
To say the least. It is. I mean, 150K on some audits is that's not even the code.
Crazy.
At all. Not the code.
He wrote it
Yeah.
all himself as well. All the customizations he's done, he did by himself. So
Wow. Mad props.
congratulations to
Holy
him
crap.
for getting it out. It's
seriously,
amazing.
whoever he is, he's definitely an OG. That is for sure.
Yep.
He's been around for a while.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, you almost wish you knew who it was. Like, I mean,
I
it
know.
just it
Well,
pisses me off. And some people are like, "Oh, I've talked to him, this, that." I'm like, "Damn, that's." Yeah, I'm
I think it's a
jealous,
good idea
honestly.
that we don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
maybe.
So
probably
it's
right.
one of those types of protocols that it's probably a good idea that we don't know, really.
Yeah, it's a massive protocol, man. You know, I trust the audits, and you don't really need to know who it is, in my opinion. But it's
Yeah, so long the code you can read it, and you can see the audits and stuff. I don't see a problem using it, really. So yeah, the first couple of weeks play around with it, and then yeah, do some serious damage to the Titan X price, I think.
Yep,
damn.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, it's going to be awesome, and you know, it's one of those moves in the right direction and the growth of the ecosystem. You know, just like OmniChain, and now we're seeing, you know, Uranus and stuff like that. So it's we're moving. Whether the price chart is reflecting anything, we are moving in the right direction. And you know, price is sometimes a lag of what's actually happening, and it's going to be really cool to
Absolutely
see.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Totally
I mean,
agree with that.
you really want it to be like, okay, everybody's feeling good. Like, let's get like, why isn't the price doing what we want it to? But that's just kind of how it is, and you got to put in work every day and get daily updates, right? Daily growth to hit those numbers.
Yeah, it's really just adoption and buy pressure on Titan X. Once we've got that, which will, you know, hopefully happen once USDX launches. Yeah, reduce the sell pressure, increase buy pressure within the ecosystem. Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, speaking of Uranus, I just looked at the DApp. They got 84 billion. You got four days left. 4 days left to mint if you want it.
That's crazy.
Uranus says they actually with the Ethereum, they actually buy X28, so they don't actually transform it. What that does is lift the X28 price up above the 1-to-1 ratio. So people, you can once it's above that ratio, you can then sell it down and capture that ROI. I think it's pretty smart.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah,
nice. That's some alpha right there.
It's a reflection token as well. So all you have to do is hold it, and whoever sells your bag gets bigger as well. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's simple enough to be really effective, and it's got a little bit of everything that we all like in Titan X, but it's just on base now. It's an 8-day mint, and then it does what it does, right? You know, it's really simple, but it's got a lot of, you know, aspects to it. So I mean, I think we're bringing MemeFi to base, and I think it's, you know, who doesn't like a little bit more sophisticated meme token, you know, that actually does
It's a great first first protocol on
Yeah,
base, definitely.
Uranus. Uranus. It's so good. You're so good.
Yeah, it's
I love it.
ridiculous, and the memes have been pretty good about it too. So
Yeah.
it's just been really funny. And at the end of the day, right, these guys were freaking ready. They said, "All right, when are we doing it? All right, cool. We're going to be the first ones instantly."
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know I minted with ETH, so I know exactly what you're saying, Lee. I minted with
Mhm.
ETH, so I just
Nice.
whether you want to bridge it over or not, I mean,
Mhm.
if you have ETH on base, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder how much. I don't want to get into. If you guys don't want to talk about it, it's fine. But how much ETH versus Titan X came into Ascendant? Like, did you see a lot? Obviously, a lot more Titan X, but were you surprised how much ETH came in?
The ETH wasn't actually that big. Most of it, I'd say, probably 90 to 95% was Titan X. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we were expecting. People in the ecosystem or like knew the tokenomics. They knew it was a leveraged Dragon X play, and they already knew about Dragon X and why they wanted to hold it, sort of thing. So, and that's probably why our holders are lowish compared to the other protocols, just because it's quite a niche sort of unique kind of protocol token thing. So, yeah, I mean, we just need to kind of educate and kind of market it better, I think. But yeah, we'll get there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it takes time as well to get the narrative about what this project is, right? You know, you have an overall thesis, elevator pitch kind of before it releases, and then just like we saw with Bitcoin, right? They wanted to be peer-to-peer cash, right? And then it was like digital gold, and then it's just the narratives change over time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't put too much pressure on a 17-day-old project, I think you're good.
Thanks, Smooth.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's a lot of time it takes to build trust, and everything crypto wise, especially Titan X wise, in my opinion, all has a chance of virality at any point. And all it takes is one good day, one good week, and everything is rocketing. So it's really, really cool to see that you guys taking a first step and building a project and putting something out there into the future, into the ether, and just allowing it to do what it does. And it takes some commitment for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, and I think man, I really wish I could, just put everything on the table, and I'm sure to a certain degree Lee does as well. But this is only the beginning, and what it's leading to is some massive stuff. And so
some crazy shit.
some crazy shit. And so anyone who is in the Telegram, they're going to get the updates first, and then things will sort of shift. But everyone who's there will be glad that they participated, and that they're there to receive information. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love it. Yeah, I
mean,
you
we're
guys...
not going to release anything which isn't ready, so we want to make sure that I mean, people in the Telegram are holders and they get the sneak peeks and stuff. But once we're ready, we'll launch it, let everyone know on Twitter and all this sort of stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I totally get taking your time. I mean, you only get to release it once, and sometimes when you're designing and building a project, what you should do versus what you thought you should have done changes as well. So you can make stuff better, you can change things, you could overthink some areas, underthink others. So I mean, you got a lot to think about while shit's kind of getting brewed up and slowly cooked.
Yeah, and I think also when it comes to launching a token, I don't think what's been conventional, or what I would consider conventional for the Titan X ecosystem, is required anymore. I think Shadowy with ORX sort of broke that paradigm, and now you have like these semi doxed, individuals who are launching these fantastic protocols, and and I think that's okay. And I think, as we move along, you're going to see a mix of people who are docs, semi docs. Maybe they use Telegram, maybe they use specifically Twitter, and as long as everything else is contributing to the ecosystem, which that's sort of the foundation for any build, really, is that it contributes to something, whether it's Titanx itself, DragonX itself, Tink, so on and so forth. Inferno, they have a lot of builds that are burning Inferno. I think, you know I think that's what's coming. So it's good.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
so
you
long as it
guys,
follows the ethos, then yeah, I'm quite open to other protocols joining and stuff. Yeah, just follow the ethos, really.
yeah, 100%. And I mean, you guys are kind of pseudo anonymous as well, right? Like you guys are adding to it just as much as Shadowy is. And, it's people trust consistency. And I think you guys definitely have been very consistent from the beginning. And that's why people are like, maybe I don't know who they are like personally, but
Mhm.
overall, I know that I've seen them in live streams. I've seen them tweet. So there's a lot of rep that comes with just being in the community, interacting with other people in the community. And if you're, I feel like pretty reliable on making content or talking or whatever. I don't think if you follow the ethos, you should be able to get full shine.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll keep on adding features to Ascendant as well. I think the last feature we added to the front end was the calculator to calculate the DragonX payouts. So it's not over. We're still definitely like building on other stuff.
That's awesome.
Gosh. Yeah, I wish we could
I
talk
wish
about
y'all
it.
could just
Holy
dump.
crap.
I wish
I
I wish we could talk about it, but
I know.
it will
Yeah.
come. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it will.
you'll
It'll
have
be a
to
little
come
while
back
anyway.
on the
Yeah,
stream. Come back on
Yep.
the stream. We'll
yeah, looking
we'll get
forward
it
to
going.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Getting used to the streaming as well.
Yeah,
Feels good.
how do you you both kind of are. How do you guys feel about kind of talking for over an hour at a time, basically?
Yeah, usually it's not me, but yeah, slowly getting used to it. I still get the nerves beforehand, and yeah, just see how it flows. Really, yeah. With you, it's
Yeah.
very yeah.
Yeah. I think it was definitely challenging. I don't think I ever intended to really, do this type of interaction in public, and so that's been challenging. But I will say, Ali made it way easier, and so I'm grateful for him for hosting a lot of the streams and assisting us with getting on streams and stuff, because it really made even doing it now a lot easier. So shout out to Ali.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, for my stream specifically, really laid back, right? I mean, we're not bogging everybody down with stats and stuff like that. Some people just like to hang out, listen to a couple dudes, a few dudes talk about some crypto and some current events kind of ordeal and what's
Mhm.
happening in the ecosystem and stuff. So I definitely take a little bit more of a laid back approach, and a lot of people that they've done their first streams with me kind of because of that reason. So
Mhm.
they're just really relaxed, no stress, whatever you want to bring up, you bring up, right? Just kind of a safe space for anybody to talk about whatever. I mean, I'm down to just chat, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely what it feels like. You definitely set a cool, so chill environment where it just feels like a normal conversation. So no, I appreciate that, and all the other streams that you've had with the other builders. It's been really really informative, I think.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. Yeah, it's still strange to me being on this side of the because usually I'm watching stuff on YouTube and stuff. So yeah, it's still strange for me actually talking on stream.
Well, I think you guys are smashing it. So I think overall, for what you started out to what you're at now, I mean, it's light years from being anonymous, just typing to okay, I'm gonna put my voice out there, and me, I'm like all out there. I'm like, I don't even care. So from the jump, I just started that way. I don't know.
Yeah. And one thing, so on Saturdays, we have the the Titans Den, because I'm trying to engage, a lot more, just to really bring people, outsiders into the Titan X community, just in general, right? Um, and so like 11 o'clock Saturdays, Rudy and I, we typically run a space where, we talk about anything Titan X, anything outside of Titan X. I know at one point we were talking about, oh man, maybe we were talking about like butthole coin and or fart coin or whatever the hell. And
Yeah.
so, it's really an anything goes space, and just trying to break. I don't know if it's a stigma, but I can imagine, if people they come into a space and they see all green circles and we're talking about buy and burn, and it's like, just try and like, chill it out a little bit, and just be welcoming. Um, and it seems to be working out pretty well. Definitely seeing some more profile pictures without the green circles, which is ultimately what we want, in the space. Because there will be no more participation, if there isn't anyone from the outside, curious about what's going on with these guys. So, but it's also helped me out with, speaking a little bit more specifically about, crypto and, tokenomics and just what's happening in the ecosystem. So it's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's when you've been, I don't have any in real life friends that talk crypto or anything. So when you go from never verbally talking about crypto, only like tweeting about it or thinking about it, to then trying to verbally tell what you think of a certain crypto, what's happening to this, that, you realize like, oh dang, I got to really cultivate my ideas and portray it in a way where people like understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it
Exactly.
has to be like short, concise, and yeah, you start sounding like a mad scientist halfway through. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, the lore goes so deep with Titan X where you're almost like, I don't even know where to start, which is
Yeah.
what we have to, in my opinion, like be able to give that elevator pitch of Titan X, even though the lore goes crazy. So I think it's nice that for our projects, we at least have that quick little 2-3 sentence. This is what it is,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's awesome. Yeah. And at the end of the day, we're constantly building and growing, not only for Titan X, but in our own ecosystems, our own projects. And we're going to constantly be doing that. And that's one thing that is not going to lack. These builders are building.
Yeah,
And that's
constantly.
when you know when you're in something great, because
Mhm.
when you see builders stop building, you know it's on the decline. But every single builder is continuously building on their stuff. So yeah, it's inevitable, I think, anyway.
Yeah,
For
it's
us to catch
definitely.
up.
Yeah, and it's definitely something I noticed with, and I'm not trying to talk shit at all, but it's something that I noticed with Zen. I'm in a couple of the Telegram chats, and everyone's always asking like, "Hey, what are you working on now? What are you working on now?" Because there's always that expectation, I think, from the community, no matter where you are, that hopefully you're doing something to help out with the tokenomics or just to add value to this thing. And it's Titan X is definitely unique in that aspect, that not only do you have Jake just constantly, developing, but you know, you got you got Dude, you got Eric, you got you, me, Lee, like, and there's like 15 other dudes, 15, 20. I don't even know what's the number.
That's a great question. I mean, because some people are like teams, right? It's not even just
Yeah.
one person. Multiple people
It's
are
like
owned. Yeah.
it's like a decentralized company, isn't it? It's really,
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
they're all in different departments, just building on top of this core hyperdeflationary assets. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's not stopping anytime soon. And I'm really excited to see what Omnichain really looks like and what it really does over time. Cause, you know, there's going to be some rough patches and there's going to be some growing pains with kind of dispersing to other chains and what that looks like. And just really excited and, you know, pumped to try to put my own flag, just like you guys have, on Titanx and try to build something great.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
I'm looking forward
stoked
to
about it.
base farms. Eric,
Ooh.
when is Eric going to release base farms? Yeah.
And pulse farms. Yeah, I mean, he's hinted
And
at-
pulse farms, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
People
gonna
got a lot
There's
of
just
builds.
so much being built. It's crazy.
be- Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah, looking
I
forward
mean,
to building on base.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet just to be able to really take advantage of gas fees on base. That is like,
Absolutely. Yeah.
that changes the whole game plan because you could have something that a person can trade 100 different times a day, and it doesn't even shave $1, you know? So the game theory really opens up, in my opinion, on a chain like that.
Yeah, the arbitrage opportunities on base is massive. And I think that's kind of where we're heading. Well, I think Jake, with his like AI and stuff, if you can create trading bots with AI 24/7, it's it's going to burn a lot, I think. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, you set a trading bot or AI agent up now, and then you slowly build them out and let the technology hit it, and you know it's crazy. I mean, we've seen what is it, Titan or whatever, the Decentra one that's out. I mean, it's been out for about a week and it has 160 followers. Like, just they're not doing anything. Yeah, they're not doing anything. It's just programmed to just tweet and retweet, and it's wild.
I think it's great. Yeah,
and it gets me super pumped. And honestly, I thought it was a real account. I was like, "Who is this guy?" You know, at first I was like, "Who is this guy? He's awesome. He's super supportive." And I go to the, I then go to the page, and I'm like, "Oh, it's an AI."
Yeah,
it's an AI. I had to get confirmation from Lee too. I'm like, "Hey man, what is this?" And but I think it's.
Can you imagine like 3 or 4 of those just bombarding X? It's going to get really noisy soon.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, and then you could honestly program them or just tell them like, "Hey, we're doing the 1,000,000 impression challenge. Like, you know, tweet 500 times."
Yeah.
Oh, has Mo done that? Like, I wonder if you can interact with it. I haven't seen any tweets from the bot account, but I wonder if you can interact with him that way and let him know, like, "Hey, this is what we're trying to do," and I wonder if it will respond.
That'd be really sick.
Yeah, interesting.
And it's going to be cool to see kind of how that plays out, and you know, if they get updated enough where you know they could start coins or yield farm or you know liquidity provide, right? Like you could really program these things to do some serious stuff. Like you could give them $1,000 to trade with or whatever, and they're just constantly doing it, fixing, changing arbs here and there. Like, it's wild.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see it. I mean, this is just super early in crypto in general, and you know, luckily, you know, I'm still relatively young. I can allow the market to grow another 20, 30 years and be fine. But just think 20, 30 years from now for where we're at right now is mind blowing. It's just crazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's kind of hard to imagine. To imagine all the capital that'll flow into crypto during that time.
I'm glad we're positioned for it though. So
Oh yeah, definitely
Daily
are.
reminder: buy some Titan-X.
Get that Titan X.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're right at about 50 minutes right now. What do you guys have anything specific you want to talk about, or Ascendant wise, Titan X wise, anything on your mind?
No, I think Lee pretty much summed it up. It's a daily reminder to get you some Titan X. I think it's a good time to get it. I think after USDX launches, potentially, not financial advice, but
Fingers crossed.
we're off to the races from there, I think.
And check out the Ascendant auctions every day, because there are some really high ROI opportunities there. So yeah, just check it daily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right now, if it says 100 million, here, I'll just bring it up real quick just to give a little shine. So right now, sitting on 573%. Obviously, there's 15 hours left. You don't know how much is going in, whatever the case may be. But overall, it looks good. I'll tell you that. It looks good.
Yeah, it resets every day around 2:00 UTC. So as the Americans start waking up, it's usually around then.
Yeah, so that's 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Central
Mhm.
Time. So 9 Eastern, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
just
great.
keep an eye on it. Sometimes it's usually like 30-40% every day. There's been a few days which you can actually get 80 to 100%. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's crazy. Just make sure that if you do decide to sell and recompound, just set limit orders above the price and use the buy and burn, and it should be fine. Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah, daily reminder to do that. I mean, so many people just almost trauma dump on the market, and I'm like, guys, this is 2025. Isn't there better ways to sell? Like, what are we doing? I mean, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah, when we get new, more adoption and there's more volume, then we might be added to Titan Farms, and then you can also just mint NFTs for the 8, 28, and 90-day payouts. So, there's someone's been either buying or delisted their NFTs. There used to be like 4 or 5 there,
Yeah.
so someone's been buying, I think. Interesting. I'll check that later.
I like how the rewards stay with it, though. I think that is just the coolest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can transfer those as well. You can send it to another wallet and the rewards stay with it. So
That's really sick.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I really love the website, guys. I mean, overall, it's just really interactive and stuff's floating, exploding. It's just all sick. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the main the buy and burn balance. That's what I'm keeping an eye on. So long that keeps on topping up, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just is a kind of an anchor point to the future, right? You're like, okay, this has at least 28 grand of buy pressure slowly over time, which is a nice little narrative to have going forward,
Yeah, that buy and burn also fuels the Dragon X rewards as well. So yeah, if we had more participation, more people joining in the auctions, then we could potentially, we also, the Ethereum that comes into the protocol lifts the Titan X price up, but the Titan X and the buy and burn also lifts the Dragon X price up at the same time, as well as the Ascendant price. So if we had more like throughput, then there would be like an Archimedes lever effect. But it's a tiny protocol at the moment. Yeah, so there's a potential for it to grow by a lot. So not financial advice.
this is never financial.
No. Yeah, I mean the potential is there anyway. So yeah.
We're just trying to make cool stuff for people to interact with. That's really all it is.
Let's build some cool stuff.
Yeah. And the cool thing is, right, like this is going to be here doing an auction every single day forever, which is the craziest concept. I mean, 20, 30 years from now, this is going to be 20 or 30 years old, so
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a wild idea. Yeah, I didn't consider that.
And you don't know what other protocols get built on top, which might feed the Ascendant Pride and continue its, feed the buy and burn and all that sort of stuff. So
Hint.
No.
I had to.
It sounds good. That's all I'll say. It sounds
Let's
nice.
keep on. Make this perpetual forever. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's make this great.
Yeah. So I think overall for 17 days, I think the stats look really nice. I mean, overall, Pride looks filled up. Liquid Ascendant is almost as big as the Pride, which is kind of, I didn't expect that in my opinion. So yeah, it looks really nice. And I'm glad you made the most colorful page, the stats page, by the way.
Yeah, it looks
The
great.
designers did an amazing job with that. Yeah, really
Absolutely.
impressive.
Yeah. I'm excited to see,
A bit biased.
yeah, exactly. I mean, you guys been staring at this for a long time.
Yeah.
So.
We wanted to make it pretty. So yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I think you did. And, this is kind of, I'm happy that the new projects that are being developed, released, whatever, are really putting a big emphasis on design. And, you want people to feel like they're pumped to show somebody their investment. You know what I mean? Like, look at this website.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
this is why, like, we put so much time in designing it, paying for a designer, whatever the case may be, to show like we want this to look cool, we want it to be cool, and we want people to invest in it. And I think you guys smashed it with the UI, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, man. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, so we're right at that hour-ish mark. If there hasn't been too much convo in the chat, but so we got some people here, which is awesome. Facing Reality, we got Rich here, Davy Boy, Axiom. So I mean, we got some people in here, which is nice, and we got over 60 some people in the watching.
Some emojis in the chat.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, what up, Kevin? Trust Tight Next Plan. What up? Yeah, so I mean, overall, this has been just a great stream, and I'm looking forward to getting you guys back on, talk about some different projects you guys are building, releasing.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so you guys are always welcome on the channel, and you just let me know when you got updates, or if you want to just get on, shoot the shit, all good.
Heck
Sounds
yeah.
awesome. Thanks, Smooth.
Thanks,
yeah,
Smooth.
I'm really pumped. The future's really bright. Looking forward to it. I really want to show. I really want to show the new stuff, but yeah, that has to wait for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Almost had him so.
Oh no, you got to be careful with Lee, man. The longer he stays on.
That's awesome.
Let's go.
Let's go.
That's awesome. Sal, any final words?
No, man. Thanks for having us, Smooth. We'll definitely have to do something like this again, and then maybe just shoot the shit, do like a community stream or something like that. I don't know how you feel about that, but I think people would dig it. Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Sounds
like
good.
a little mega live would be pretty sweet. Like if we just had I would almost even want like 2 panels if we could do it, right? So like 2 hours on the first one, 2 hours on the second one, or something like that. I don't know, just to bring people together.
Yeah, I dig it, man. I'm down.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate everybody for watching, viewing, subscribing, all of that. And watch the replay if you're here, or retweet it. That'd be awesome. So I appreciate everybody for watching, viewing, and it's been Smooth the Crypto. I'm your host, Maxwell Smooth, with the Ascendant Team, and we are out of here.
No need to ask, he's a